OTC, CLCP, go ahead. Okay, fuel cell
This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 15 minutes and counting. The abort advisory checks are underway once again. This is the system which is used to inform the crew of problems and the necessity of aborting the mission if the voice system should fail. The cross vent valves between the orbital maneuvering system and the remote control system are also being configured for the launch. All of the test support team members have been polled and have verified that they are ready to go ahead. The chase plane pilots have been ordered to start their engine. The countdown, T-minus 14 minutes, 25 seconds and counting. This is Shuttle Launch Control.
I'd like to perform the MPS helium reconfigure.
Okay, that's in work.
And we have checked pass and BFS spec 50s and they're ready to go.
Repeat, please.
We have checked spec 50 on both pass and BFS and they are ready to go.
Copy that, thank you. Okay, CDR, I guess we'd like to go ahead with the abort advisory checks. NTD, OTC.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and pick up abort advisory checks.
Okay, flight Mala NTD.
Flight NTD.
Roger, are you ready for abort advisory checks?
Standing by.
Okay, Mala NTD.
Milo's ready for abort advisory check.
Okay, and your arms?
That's firm.
Okay, CDR on mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Mark off. CDR verifies a bright abort light. Okay, flight NTD.
Board A off.
CDR verified dim. CDR verifies a dim abort light.
Board B off.
CDR verify off. CDR verifies the abort light is off. Okay, flight send AB on. Should come on bright, CDR. CDR verifies a bright abort light. Okay, flight B off.
Board B off.
Should be dim, CDR. CDR verifies a slightly dimmer abort light, but not as dim as the first time. Okay, A off, flight.
A off.
Should go off, CDR. CDR verifies the abort light is off. Okay, flight AB on.
AB on.
CDR verifies a bright abort light. Okay, A off, flight.
A off.
Okay, CDR has it look this time. CDR verifies a dim abort light. Okay, is it more dim this time than it was the one just prior to this? That's firm. Okay, flight B off.
B off.
CDR should go off. CDR verifies the abort light is off. Okay, flight board advisory checks are complete.
We concur.
COOS, OTC. Bill, configure all
This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 12 minutes and counting.
OTC.
During the past couple of minutes, the solid booster test conductor ordered the gaseous nitrogen purge on in the off portion of the solid motor. This will continue up to engine ignition.
Fuel 97.
We also have verification from the DoD Contingency Support Group that they are ready to support for launch with emergency aircraft personnel and their station.
108 and fuel 106.
The countdown will hold at the T-minus 9-minute point, and that will be a 10-minute.
Countdown clock will hold at T-minus 9 minutes in approximately 2 minutes.
The countdown continuing to move towards a liftoff at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
FCP, go ahead.
T-minus 11 minutes, 13 seconds.
That's in work. Copy.
OTC, DPS.
Go DPS.
Step 735 is complete. T-minus 20-minute dump and no miscomparison.
Copy. All personnel in the control room remain seated. The no smoking rule is now in effect through launch. OTC, CFCP. Go ahead, FCP. Thermal conditioning complete. What step's that? 726. Copy. OTC, EPD. Go APD. Fuel cells are loaded. Copy. Okay, I have a caution at this point. If we receive a cutoff request, there shall be no additional vehicle command set by LTS.
This is Shuttle
other
Launch
than the
Control,
GLS
just a
saving
few
for
seconds away
minimum of
from
60
going
seconds.
into our final build-in hold at the T-minus 9 minutes point. T-minus 9 minutes and holding. This is a final 10-minute build-in hold. During this period, the flight crew will once again do a cabin pressure test. The comparison of the primary computer with the onboard computer has been completed and is satisfactory. All aero services and actuators on the orbiter are presently in the proper configuration for the auxiliary power unit to start and hydraulic pressure to be applied. We have just had verification from our safety folk that the area is clear for launch. The fishing boat, which was in the area, has moved out, and we do have satisfactory conditions. We'll be coming out of this build-in hold at approximately 9 minutes to 11. At the present time, everything going smoothly, T-minus 9 minutes and holding. This is Shuttle Launch Control. This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 9 minutes and holding. We're approximately 8 minutes away from picking up the countdown once again. As we come out of the hold, the ground launch sequencer located in the Firing Room Integration Console will take over command of the remaining event, as well as monitoring the response of the various shuttle systems. At T-minus 25 seconds, the flight computer redundant set launch sequencer takes over on board the computer and checks that no launch commit criteria are violated during the remaining seconds of the count. At T-minus 5 minutes, the auxiliary power units will start. At T-minus 4 minutes, a purge of the main engines will start. And at T-minus 2 minutes and 55 seconds, pressurization of the liquid oxygen tank will begin, the liquid hydrogen tank, followed by the liquid oxygen tank. One of the changes that have been made in the countdown for this launch is the way in which the auxiliary power units will start. Altogether, 9 switches must be thrown by the astronauts. 1 switch for each of the 3 auxiliary power units opens the propellant isolation valve. 3 switches then start the auxiliary power units, and the final 3 switches allow the gearbox to be pressurized and begin pumping the hydraulic fluid. In the past, the astronauts monitored the pressure changes after each sequence of switches were thrown before throwing the next series. Since the countdown can be automatically halted at T-minus 4 minutes, if one switch has not been thrown, the astronauts on this flight will simply throw on all of the switches as fast as possible while test personnel on the ground monitor the system's response. Launch Director George Page has just alerted the launch crew that we are waiting for a weather go-ahead from astronaut John Young, who is presently flying the shuttle training aircraft. We would not come out of the hold until we have heard from him. At the present time, T-minus 9 minutes and holding. This is shuttle launch control. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 9 minutes and holding. At the present time, Launch Director George Page is telling the commander This is shuttle launch control, T-minus 9 minutes. We are preparing to come out of the countdown. We have just been given a go by Launch Director George Page. He just talked to the crew and said that he was sorry about the 1 hour delay, but wished them a good launch. The Commander, Jack Lousma, said that he appreciated the fact that they have the hopes and the prayers of the American people with them on this launch, about 1 minute away from coming out of the countdown. Following ignition of the solid motors and liftoff of the vehicle at 11 o'clock, the vehicle will take approximately 7 seconds to clear the tower. At that point, the shuttle velocity will be greater than 100 feet per second and increasing. When the velocity reaches 121 feet per second, the vehicle will begin to pitch over, followed by a roll maneuver to align it properly with the flight azimuth. At 44 seconds into the flight, the vehicle will encounter the greatest structural loads on it, and the crew will reduce the main engine thrust to 72%. At 1 minute and 3 seconds, the vehicle is through the max Q area, and the crew will increase the thrust back to 100%. 10 seconds away from picking up the countdown. During this hold, the launch team was briefed on the way in which a halt can be called. And we're at T-minus 9 minutes and counting. The launch events are now being controlled by the ground launch sequencer from now up to T-minus 25 seconds when they switch to the onboard redundant set launch sequencer. The ground launch sequencer is part of the launch processing system and operates by relaying commands to the computer's onboard computers, which they then report back to the launch processing system that the commands have been executed. The primary job of the computers is to check that all of the launch commit criteria, such as propellant loads, temperatures, pressures, and other measurements are proper.
Passed to CCSE.
The launch and recovery director has ordered the chase planes to take off. We're coming up on the 8-minute point in the countdown.
PLD, OTC.
Go ahead.
I'd like to set the AC sensors to monitor, please.
Okay.
T-minus 8 minutes and counting. Everything proceeding smoothly towards a liftoff at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
AC bus sensors are in monitor.
The liquid oxygen fill and drain valve in the external tank has been closed and topping of the tank completed. The crew access arm will be retracted in just a few seconds. This is the walkway used by the crew to walk from the service structure on the pad to the orbiter. If there should be an emergency, it can be put back in place in 15 seconds. T-minus 7 minutes, 25 seconds, and counting. T-minus 7 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting.
Coming up on
Just a few seconds away from crew access arm.
Roger.
The crew has been advised to lower their helmet visors, and the crew access arm is retracting. T-minus 6 minutes, 50 seconds, and counting. The crew has verified that their seats are in launch position. At the 6-minute point, the crew will perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start, which considers the position and number of
minus 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
proper position.
PLD, OTC. Mark.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead and perform APU pre-start.
To start flowing
Okay,
from
Mark.
the tanks.
Minus 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Mark.
The pilot, Gordon Fullerton, has been asked to perform the APU pre-start.
T-minus 6 minutes.
T-minus 6 minutes and counting. Pre-start of the APUs is complete.
Flight, OTC.
Roger, go ahead.
T-minus
Transmit recorder commands, please.
Roger, upgoing.